Hi, in this video clip I will show you how to write business letters or business emails, that is emails letters. Now here are some general guidelines for you to follow. If writing a business letter takes you much longer than in your own language, here are a few guidelines that you may find helpful. Now, whenever I say business letter, I also mean business email. So the same thing applies to both. Now, first of all, you need to plan before you write. How do you do this? You look up words you need before you start. Note the points you want to make and order them into logical paragraphs. Now, what about your tone of writing? Well, write as you would speak in a business conversation. That is, the tone should be friendly and polite. Now, how do you put the names of the recipients? Well, make sure you check the gender of the addressee, that is the recipient, as well as the correct spelling of the person's name and title. Use Miss for women and Mr. for men. You can use Mrs. for a woman if you are 100% sure that she is married. What about dates? Well, to avoid any confusion, write the month instead of using numbers. For example, 15th, January 15th, 2013, or 15 January 2013. Then you need to remember that you have to be concise and clear. The easier it is to read a letter, the better. How do you do this? Well, keep sentences and paragraphs short and simple. Use straightforward vocabulary to avoid any misunderstanding. Ask direct questions. Rewrite any sentence that doesn't seem perfectly clear. If the recipient is not a native English speaker, it is preferable to avoid words or expressions that are too technical or complicated. Also, you need to avoid old-fashioned words. Although these words are used in legal documents and contracts, words like herewith, herein, aforementioned, etc. are rarely used in letters. The following style of sentence is preferable. For example, you say, you will find more information on our products in the enclosed brochure. Now here you will learn some useful phrases for business emails or letters which you can use when writing such emails or letters. You start with salutation by saying, for example, dear Mr. Brown, dear Miss White, dear sir, dear madam, dear sir or madam, if you don't know if the recipient is a he or a she, or you know that your letter is addressed to a group of people, then you say gentlemen. Then how do you start your letter? You may start your letter by saying, we are writing, for example, to inform you that so and so, or such. You just add words to match this phrase. Or you can say we are writing to confirm the receipt of your letter or whatever. Or you can say we are writing to request you, for example, to send our order as soon as you can. Or you may say we are writing to inquire about the products or the shipment we have ordered. Other phrases may include in your starting of the letter are I'm contacting you for the following reason. Another useful phrase, I recently read or I recently heard about and would like to know. Another phrase, have you seen your advertisement in today's paper? Having seen your advertisement in today's paper, I would like to inform you that so and so. Another phrase, I would be interested in obtaining or in receiving more information about the kind of services that your company is offering. And the last phrase, well, it doesn't mean it's the last phrase for this section. There are so many phrases that you may use. These are only examples. I received your address from, you name the person or the company, and would like to inquire, or I would like to ask whether you can be of any service or we can be of any service to you, and so on. Now, what do you say when you refer to your previous contact with the recipient? Now, there are some very useful phrases that you may use. Not all of them, but the one that suits your letter. For example, thank you for your letter of March 15. Or thank you for contacting us. Or in reply to your request, then you add something. Or thank you for your letter regarding the shipment or whatever. Another phrase, with reference to our telephone conversation yesterday, I would like, and then you finish what you want to say. Another phrase, further to our meeting last week, I would like to remind you, then you finish it by using the appropriate words to suit what you want to say. Another phrase is, it was a pleasure meeting you in London last month. Or, I enjoyed having lunch with you last week in Tokyo. Or, I would just like to confirm the main points we discussed on Tuesday, and so on. Now, how do you make a request in your letter? Here are some very useful examples or phrases, some very useful phrases to choose from. For example, you can say, we would appreciate if you would, then you add something. I'd be grateful if you could, or could you please send me more information about your services, and so on. Or could you possibly tell us, or could you possibly let us have more time to consider your request? Or in addition, I would like to receive more details about what you have stated in your previous letter. Or it would be helpful if you could send us your latest brochure, and so on. Or I'm interested in receiving more information, or I'm interested in obtaining more information, or whatever you want to add. Or you can say, I would appreciate your immediate attention to this matter. And a last useful phrase is, please let me know what action you propose to take. So here are some very useful phrases to choose from when you make a request. Are some very useful phrases that you may use when offering help, for example, or when giving good news, or when giving bad news. Now let's start with offering help. Now such useful phrases include such as, would you like us to help you with this matter, for example, or we would be happy to consider your proposal, and so on, or we are quite willing to go by your suggestion, or our company would be pleased to offer you more discount, for example. What about giving good news? Then you may say, we are pleased to announce that your order has received our company's approval. Or, I'm delighted to inform you that your order has been accepted by us. Or you may say, you will be pleased to learn that we have approved your order. Now what about giving bad news? Bad news is bad news. Then you have to say, we regret to inform you that the company has rejected your request. Or, I'm afraid it wouldn't be possible to consider your price. Or another phrase, unfortunately, we cannot go by what you have suggested. Or, unfortunately, we are unable to go by what you have stated in your letter. Another useful phrase, after careful consideration, we have decided not to go by what you have asked us to do. Or, after careful consideration, we have decided not to accept your offer. Now here are some useful phrases that you may use in your business letter when you want to complain about something. Phrases like, I'm writing to express my dissatisfaction with your latest goods, or I'm writing to complain about the goods we have just received, or please note that the goods we ordered on, then you give the date, and once you give the date we ordered, then you notice that the ordered is in the past simple. So please note that the goods we ordered on June 19th have not yet arrived. Now, have not yet arrived is in the present perfect, because there is no time indication for the arrival of the goods. Another useful phrase is, we regret to inform you that our order of whatever is now considerably overdue, that we have been waiting for it too long. Another useful phrase is, I would like to query the transport charges which seem usually high. Now, what about apologizing in a business letter or in a business email? Now here are some useful phrases that you may use, such as, we are sorry for the delay in replying to your earlier letter regarding whatever, or I regret any inconvenience caused by our sales department or whatever, or I would like to apologize for the delay in sending you the goods on time, or once again, please accept my apologies for, and then you mention what the apology is for. Now here are some very useful phrases that you may use in your business letter or in your business email. Phrases that you may use when talking, for example, or when writing about orders. Phrases like, thank you for your quotation of the items that we have selected, or we are pleased to place an order with your company for the items we have selected from your catalog, or we would like to cancel our order because your company is charging very high prices. Another useful phrase, please confirm receipt of your order, or I'm pleased to acknowledge receipt of your order, or your order will be processed as quickly as possible or as soon as possible. Another useful phrase is, it will take about 2 weeks, or it will take about 3 weeks to process your order, or we can guarantee you delivery before the end of this month. Another useful phrase that you can use when talking about orders is, unfortunately, these articles or these items or these goods are no longer available, or unfortunately these articles are out of stock. What about talking when you want to write about prices? Here are some very useful phrases for you. The first one, please send us your price list, or you will find enclosed our most recent catalog and a price list. Another useful phrase is, please note that our prices are subject to change without notice. This means that perhaps our prices will go up without us telling you. And another useful phrase is, we have pleasure in enclosing a detailed quotation. And the last useful phrase is, we can make you a firm offer of, then say what the firm offer is. Now here are 3 things that you often refer to when you write business letters. For example, when you want to refer to payment, phrases are like, our terms of payment are as follows. Then you mention the terms. Or our records show that we have not yet received payment of, then you mentioned the date of that payment, or you mention what the payment refers to. Another phrase is, according to our records, we inform you that we have not received the payment yet. Another useful phrase is, please send payment as soon as possible. Or you will receive a credit note for the sum of, then you mention that sum. And what about when you want to enclose documents with your letter? Then you say, I'm enclosing. You mention what you are enclosing. Or please find enclosed. You mention what they will find. Or you will find enclosed. Again, you mention what they will find. Now you don't have to use all of them, just one of them that suits your letter. And you may change from one letter to another so that you get the experience of writing different phrases when referring to payment, or when when you enclose documents. And then what about close remarks? Now you come to a stage at which you want to write some close remarks about the whole business letter, or about the whole order, or whatever. So you may use phrases like, if we can be of any further assistance, please let us know. Or, if I can help in any way, please do not hesitate to contact me. Or, if you require more information, then you say it. If you require more information, please contact me next week or whatever. Or for further details, then you say it. For further details, please contact our assistant manager and he will provide you with the information you need. Another useful phrase, thank you for taking this into consideration. Because you have just said something and now you're thanking them for their consideration. Or thank you for your help. Or you may say, we hope you are happy with this arrangement. Or we hope you can settle this matter to our satisfaction. And as I said before, that these are only examples of useful phrases. Use the one that suits your letter. Now, writers of business emails or business letters often refer to future business or future contact. Now, here are some very useful phrases for you. For example, you can say, we look forward to a successful working relationship in the future. Or we would be pleased, or we would be very pleased to do business with your company. Or I would be happy to have an opportunity to work with you or to work with your firm. Or what about when you want to refer to future contact with other companies? Then you may use phrases like, I look forward to seeing you next week. Notice the use of the expression look forward to plus the gerund, because to is used as a preposition here, so it is followed by a gerund if a verb is used. Or looking forward to hearing from you, Again, notice that when there is a verb after look forward to, it takes the ing form. Looking forward to hearing from you soon, for example. Or looking forward to hearing from you next week. Or looking forward to receiving your comments. Another useful expression, another useful phrase is, I look forward to meeting you on the, then you give the date. I look forward to meeting you on the, for example, on May 6th. Or I would appreciate a reply at your earliest convenience. That is, as soon as you can, whenever it is possible for you to send us a reply. And another useful phrase is an early reply. It's not a phrase now, it is a sentence. An early reply would be appreciated. Now in this last slide, I will show you how to end your business letters. Now there are 3 ways of ending business letters when you are ending your business letters for all customers or clients. These endings are sincerely, yours sincerely, or sincerely yours. Now notice that when you are saying sincerely at the beginning, when you are using sincerely on its own, then it is written with a capital S. When you are saying yours sincerely, then sincerely here is written with a small letter because the word yours is written with a capital letter. However, if you start with sincerely and then you say sincerely yours, then sincerely is written with a capital letter and yours is written with a small letter. Now the next ending is use faithfully. Now this one is used in more formal letters that you have started with by saying dear sir or dear madam. And the third ending is regards. Now this one is used for those you already know and or with whom you have a working relationship. Now here is the reference that I have used for making this video clip, and for more of my video English lessons visit my site www.recyclingenglish.com. and remember that you cannot become a proficient writer in one day or overnight. You need to practice writing, reading letters, practice writing emails, and the more you read and write, the better you become. And remember always that practice makes perfect.